Redux 314 React here. Last week I did a video on everything you need to keep playing Unreal in 2025, but there's one thing I missed somehow, and that is to keep an eye on Unreal Redux. Now, this is a gigantic mod that's being worked on by someone called Krull0r for Unreal, and it is essentially a fan-made project to remake the original game with a huge number of enhancements while keeping the original flavor and style of the game intact. So you can see an overview here, new places to explore, enhanced level design, insane new visual effects which look really cool. It's based on the old Unreal 2.2.7 patch, so it should have all the enhancements from that, as well as a whole bunch of extra visual flair and gameplay mechanics. First, we're going to look at the team that are working on this. So you got the main developer doing level design, mod design, effect design, emitter design is all Krull0r. Programmer is Krull0r, and also Go Postal, Marco, Bleeder91, NL. 2D artist is Bree-C. Testers are Nalor, Strategy, Voodoo, Bree-C, Mityaboy, Sly, Ividion, and the 2.2.7 patch credits are the old Unreal development team. Co-developers are UseTigger Network Replication Fix by Chaos Casey, Advanced Creature Factory by Urex, and Fixed Emitter Network Replication by Master Kent. Now there's links here to their social media, their YouTube and their Twitter. There's also links to Old Unreal and UnrealSP.org, which we looked at last week in our video, as well as Epic Games and Digital Extremes, the original developers, which we also looked at last week in my last video. All this will be linked in the description. Go check them out. Now, from what I can see looking at their YouTube, they've been working on this for about 7+ years now, and it's such a huge project that it's basically going to be done when it's done, which is absolutely fair enough. It's a mod for the original Unreal, it's not a standalone game. It's currently not targeting Return to Narpali. It requires Unreal 2.2.7K, and it will work with the HD textures and HD skins that we've previously looked at on this channel, and it will be fully compatible in co-op, as well as some new features exclusive for co-op. There won't be monster and weapon models being updated with this because it uses vertex mesh animations, and updating the models would require a complete rework of the animation sets. There's going to be no more support for the 3D stuff, which is expected and fair. The recommended specs here are an Intel Core i7 4790K, 16 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 970. Now I think that's a setup from probably about 10 years ago, so that's fair enough. The geometry of each level has been reworked and has much more detail. Lighting has been updated to express better atmosphere. Levels, monsters, and player weapons have new visual effects. So that's the FAQ on the website there. Let's have a look at the features. So there's going to be a new grab function, so you can pick up objects and stuff, kind of like Half-Life, which is really cool. Button switches and consoles are only triggerable with a new use key. So at the moment in Unreal, you just sort of walk into a button and it activates it. There's looting, random drops, random chances for flares, health, and ammo to appear. Some differences to enemy spawns. The quad shot is now actually in the campaign. There's new interactions with the Gnarly, and there's NVIDIA PhysX decorations. That's really cool, actually. Krull0r, if you're watching this, how do you access PhysX from the engine? Oh, I'm guessing the new renderers with 2.2.7 allow access to the API for PhysX? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious about that. Level design has increased amount of details on level geometry for each map. There's new atmosphere. There's new changes in trigger mechanics. There's more secrets. There's riddles to solve. There's bug fixes and also new bugs. Detailed new skybox. Better feedback when activating mechanisms. And some maps will be merged into one giant level. There's extra effects added here. The suns of Narpali will dazzle the player. 2D fire sheets are now replaced by fire emitters, including Unreal Engine 1 fire effects. That's cool. New projectile effects, new weapon effects, new explosion effects, and the footstep sounds are now based on the ground material, as well as other general immersive sound effects. So if we go to the maps here, you can see we've got images of the various maps that have been worked on and are, I'm guessing, in some form of completion. And there's a really cool slider here that allows you to seamlessly go between the original and the enhanced version. That is very, very cool. Look at that. So you've got the original version here, the old school textures, very blocky geometry, expected for 1998, and then you slide across to the new version and you've got the enhanced lighting, extra light coronas, I think, and stuff there. You've got some sparks here, extra smoky effects. You've also got like a force field there, which reminds me of the kind of force fields in the prisons on Halo, and the sparks here look like they're bouncing down, so it looks like they have some really cool interactivity, again, kind of like the sparks in Halo. Go to Nilev's Falls, and again, we've got the nice little slider here. Check that out. Look at that. Look at the extra atmosphere being added there. It looks like with the level geometry being updated, the textures have been changed how they're applied to the geometry, which makes them look a little bit better. You see it's kind of repetitive there, and then when you go to the new version, geometry is a bit more detailed, so the textures wrap over it a bit better. And again, some extra lighting effects, smoke effects, distance fog as well. Yeah, that's a new skybox, but even if it wasn't, that extra sort of fog effect kind of covers up the limitations of the old skyboxes. We're going to cherry pick probably a couple more out here. I don't want to show everything because I want people to go to the website and see it for themselves. If we go to Dark Arena, there's the original. I mean, the original looks great. It's just so 90s. But then you go to the new version. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it? Looks like there have been some enhancements to the textures. I can't quite tell. Is that a 3D skybox? I don't think it is. I think it's just a very, very detailed skybox. The textures just look a lot better already. So I can only imagine what this looked like with really, really high-res 4K textures. But look at the extra smoke effects, dust effects, the enhanced sky. I'll pick one more. Let's go for the Harabed Village. So there's the original. Very sort of simplistic, low poly. This was built kind of when poly budgets must have been a lot lower because a lot of that sort of work's being done on the CPU. And then you go over to here, you've got increased polys, increased detail, increased lighting, the fire effects there. Look at that, it's got a little 2D fire to the little fire emitter, little lighting around there, enhanced geo. The whole thing has a different lighting set to it. It looks like it's more orange rather than blue. I wonder if that's a time of day change. That's very, very cool. They're really nice clouds in the sky there. Extra details on the church there, as well as some extra baked in shadows, it looks like. There's some extra media here. There's a 25th anniversary trailer for the game, an Unreal Redux 2021 special trailer, 20th anniversary trailer. There's just loads and loads of trailers and atmospheric teasers going all the way back to 2018. Yeah, at least 7 years they've been working on this. Wow, 2018 is 7 years ago. Damn. So what we're going to do is have a look at the trailer. So this has a really cool tone to it, I think. It feels very much like something you'd see in the 90s when previewing a game, and it looks absolutely amazing. The crystals there look completely redone, which look really cool. Looks like it's got some environment maps in them. You can see some of the new interaction there, the new lighting and smoke effects. You've got some of the amazing lava effects down here, these extra light beams there, the extra effects from the weapons. I'm wondering if some of the sparks and particles from these weapons are going to be physics based, because that'd be incredible if they are. You've got amazing skyboxes there, new atmosphere underwater, new enemy interactions, the amazing shock rifle effects there. Again, fire emitters, looks like some extra effects on blood. Again, smoke effects rising up. Look at this. This is like something from 3D Mark. Look at that. That camera movement. It's so good. Look at the extra fire emitters, the extra lighting. Look at that. Even the water looks better. Oh, that looks good. Look at that. Extra details. Extra textures, lighting. Some extra interactivity and things going on in the sky, like a ship flying by there. The light from the sun looks absolutely incredible. There's some of the extra gnarly interactions with possibly some physics particles there. Oh man, look at those explosion effects, smoke effects. Oh, look at that! It still feels so 90s and yet updated. Like the future the 90s imagined. Oh, look at that. Can't imagine the amount of effort that went into this. Damn. Ooh. Look at that. The extra lighting that it adds. There's textures on the floor there. Oh, man. Those extra fire emitters look so incredible. Two suns, look at that. Oh, man. Oh, the extra fog and smoke effects. Oh, you can see some particles just on the floor there. Oh man, that was cool. Some particles in the air there. Look at that, extra flame effects. Looking really high resolution. Look at that. Oh, laser wall. It's like the Nod laser balls from Tiberian Sun. Oh, look at those effects there. Look at that. Oh, stuff breaks apart as well. I think I've seen some particles just rest on the floor and still be kind of hot and then fade away. That's really, really cool. That's really cool use of particles. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. And again, there's all the links to check it out there. You can see that there's a person called Gary Afterlife here. This is the person who has done the remix of the song that you just heard on that trailer, so go check them out as well. So if you want to see that trailer without me talking over it and my mouse flying around it, go check it out in the links below. I didn't want to just show the trailer here without any talking because I want people to go and actually visit the YouTube channel and the website, and I just want to do a commentary on what I'm seeing from that trailer. But look at this is just looking incredible. It looks like it's probably about 2/3 of the way through in terms of getting level stuff done. You can also go on Krull0r's YouTube here, and they have posts with updates showing some updates to the levels here. Well, look at that, light beams coming through and some extra particles there. That is amazing. They also have videos on their progress and some other things that they do, and they do also do live streams of their work. I don't believe they save it to YouTube, so you can't view old live streams, but when they are live you should see a tab up for them so you can watch them develop the game in real time, so keep an eye out for that. You can just chill out in the chat, listen to Unreal music, and just watch them work away in the Unreal editor. So yeah, go check out all the links in the description for this. A lot of hard work being gone into this. It's great to see people building off of the work that OldUnreal are doing with the new patches, and it's very, very exciting to see all these cool new enhancements to the game that keep the original essence, art style, and the 90s feel of the game alive. I can't wait for the first release to hit, and it's this kind of thing that I think helps keep the community of Unreal alive. Go check out all the links in the description. A lot of hard work been put into this, and it's definitely a way of keeping Unreal alive in 2025.